Hello everyone, Krydex here. Welcome back to our full pYanodon's playthrough. We are having a ton of fun. It's been a few days since the last video, so glad to be back on the pYanodon's pain train. There have been a few updates to pYanodon's. They're not released on the portal yet, but you can get them from the Discord. So retorters are now more reasonably priced, which is a good thing, and the recipe for keratin to shale oil has been improved a lot. I wonder why that doesn't find it. It's probably named something else. But keratin, which you get from mining stone to shale oil, is now 25 to 250. I'm pretty sure before it was 25 to 100. So the output has been buffed by a factor of 2.5, and then the recipe time is a third. It used to be 15. And between both of those changes, it's now far more beneficial to make shale oil. I plugged it into Hellmod here, and you can see that even if you were to use the shale oil in an oil burner to make the steam, it is a net positive in terms of, you have enough to give yourself the steam. Plus, shale oil can be good for other things later. So this is going to be essentially what we'll do with all our keratin once we want to deal with it. Shale oil is good for a lot of things later. For now, we could use it to just power things like glassworks and such. I'm trying to remember all the recipes that it goes in, but I don't think it goes into any other fuels directly. So it doesn't turn into like diesel or something. So this one right here is the one that we'll most likely use at some point later in the game. I don't think we're very close to that yet. But yeah, I'm also curious how much power is in 223.7 times 300 kilojoules times, we'll call it 0.3 megajoules. So it's 67 megajoules for this amount, and the input is, 66.6 megajoules, because 2 times that. So the other good news is it's actually, like, it pays for the power, at least the steam power. I guess it doesn't pay for the retorter power, but that's fine, because you can do things with the shale oil. In any case, a couple other big changes were changes to the... I don't think it was 1 kilojoule per shale oil. This has all the numbers, too, of all the different liquids. Shale oil is 300 kilojoules, and I think that's what it was before, if I'm remembering correctly. But this also has like the item fuel values and what you can gas vent, what you can sinkhole, what you can throw in the composter. This one is actually really useful because biomass was really annoying to search through with both FNEI and with Hellmod. It was still really hard to figure out, okay, what are the ways for me to make biomass, from this? And so this is a much easier way to do it. And you can... I don't know what the sort by button does, but you can search for things, so that's nice. Yeah, Chickaloon, pYanodon's back, the hype is real. And, the other big change is, you'll notice we're missing what we had at the end of last episode, which was our acetylene. We're doing lead mining right now, and that's because there's a big nerf. Pitch to coke has been nerfed massively. It's only 10 coke out instead of 30. I know I was saying something like the 22 to 25 range would be a reasonable nerf. Well, it got nerfed into the ground far harder than that. So now this is really not a good way to get coke directly. Because if you think about it, the 10 coke will only pay for the 100 steam, because we've determined 1 coke is about 10 steam. So this is no longer a great way to make coke. However, with all of the other outputs, it's not unreasonable, right? Like the light oil is another 20 megajoules right there, and if you you know, it's still an overall decent recipe between all the things it gives you, but it's not just, oh, that's how I'm going to go get Coke now. So right now we're back to kind of good old destructive distillation column to get Coke, I think is currently the best way. Turn raw coal into coal, turn that into Coke, and that's the good stuff. We could use the other ingredients to pay for steam, but the problem is 2 of them are not directly powering. I don't have oil burners yet. I don't know how close we are to that, actually. That's worth looking at. Oil burner. Yeah, oil burners are not for a while. We need py1 for that, so that's essentially something I can forget about for now. So we can only burn solids to make steam at the moment. And the other issue is... where'd the recipe go? This one. Only light oil is burnable directly. I'm pretty sure naphthalene and anthracene can be turned into things that can burn. I don't remember. Those are new resources since the pi alternative energy, so I'm not entirely certain. But 20 light oil would not be enough, because we need about 50 megajoules for the steam, and 20 light oil is only 18 megajoules based on what it's showing down there. So yep, all reliable DDCs. So what we're gonna do is work on finishing our coal belt here, and we'll DDC a bunch of raw coal from here and make our whatchamacallit, acetylene. And again, I have to decide how I'm gonna do it. With this one, I brought the steam up, right? Trying to remember what I actually did. I didn't make the steam up by the... was that 10? I'm actually... Yeah. We're just pumping steam up there. So I'll do the same thing for 10, where I will pump acetylene through a pipe all the way to the... or I said 10, I meant lead. To the lead patch. So I'll basically have this same exact setup, because we'll need solid fuel for the miners. Kind of a pain to set up these long belts and power poles and pipes, but Jane, you don't even have a reference point. Yeah, exactly. It's crazy, you know, all the stuff just came out and there's already some changes, but that's because, well, you know, you can't get all the balance just right on first release. So, things happen. I really wish I had radar. That needed circuits, right? Yeah, I remember that. So what I need is power poles. We're good on that. Probably more belts. Underground pipes. I'm going to go grab some more of those, and we'll try to build the whole setup first. The belt setup. So I'm going to grab some more belts. And some pipe to grounds. Hopefully that's enough. I think that will be enough power poles, but I guess we'll see. I can always make a few more. Oh, indeed. This is a very intimidating mod pack. That is an understatement of the year award. Very intimidating, complex. Took a break from Pi because of a windstorm. Oh, that's interesting. Okay, so I'm gonna copy... No, I didn't even do that blueprint right. I need to fix that blueprint. Did I put it in here? Yeah, trains at home. I have it, but I screwed it up somehow. So let's see if we can fix the blueprint here. Okay, so the start is a pipe into the ground and a pole. And so I essentially... Actually, this looks fine. I just need to make sure I connect this properly end to end, I think. Because that should connect to the next one, which would go there. So yeah, that's actually okay. It's just when I try to overlap it where the pipes line up, the poles won't. And that's one of the things that will happen. Okay, so then I need to place that blueprint here. We'll just kind of pick one. And then we'll place it here. Now, can't you do... Hold on. You can do snap to grid, and then you can do relative. And I think if I do that, I can click here, and then it won't... Yeah, it won't paste again until I go forward again. Perfect. That's what we want. Okay. I did make a repair pack, because we're going to keep running into rocks. I would agree. It is a rewarding journey to climb the mountain of pYanodon's, and the struggle is nice in that everything takes a while. That is... Some people like that. If you're used to vanilla Factorio, though, it's a pretty big change from things not taking a while, right? I mean, you can beat vanilla pYanodon's, and that one's not going to last very long. Only 5,000 lead there. But what is it? Like, the speedruns are under an hour and a half, you know? Which, yeah, most people do not beat Factorio in an hour and a half. I think most people I've talked to are somewhere in the, like, 30 to 50 hour range, give or take a lot, for their first playthrough to launch a rocket, if they're actually trying to launch a rocket. I know a lot of people have played for hundreds or even thousands of hours and never launched a rocket, so that's the thing, too. But pYanodon's, even if you had the perfect speedrun strategy, you know, it would still take you hundreds of hours to beat. And there's something special about that. It is a journey, it is not a destination. It's about the journey, not the destination. Okay, so this is going to be solid fuel. I already made a blueprint for fluid mining, so I should have just copied that. There we go. I do need to flip it. There we go. That's what we want. Go ahead and paste that. Flip it vertically. Okay. And then we'll fill in the unders. And the insoidas. And the belt. Okay. Need one more of those. Get all this going. Kingdom Hearts. I've never actually played Kingdom Hearts. So I don't understand the reference, so to speak. But that is a good point. People do tend to talk about how hard Pi is without talking about what they like about it. One of the things I really like that I've talked about many times before is the way all the alien life stuff works, and just in general, pYanodon's does a good job of giving you better ways to do things, but the better way is usually the more complicated way. And so, it just, you know, simple example, your need for iron plates as the game goes on increases drastically. Like, you don't need a ton in the beginning, but later on there are things that cost lots of iron that go into other things, and so, you know, you need, I don't know if it's quite exponential, but you need a lot more iron, and there are more complicated ways to make iron, but they produce more plates per ore, takes less power per plate, and overall, you know, like the footprint of the factory that you need to make iron gets smaller per plate. And that's cool because you don't have to do that, right? You can still use the old 8-to-1 You know, I could make iron like this for the rest of the game, but you're encouraged to do the more complicated stuff because it is more efficient in usually most ways, but it's complicated and you have to, you know, spend some time setting up the complicated stuff. And I think that's a really cool mechanic because it gives you a choice, right? Like, you don't have to do it that way, but you can. And a lot of mods don't do that. They don't give you a choice. They give you a new tech and a new research, and they say you have to set this up. Pure Angels was a good example of this, right? Like, instead of having 5 tiers of construction blocks, they could just have maybe 1. And instead of, you know, requiring you to make the same line 5 times, they could just require you to have way more blocks later in the game and then give you new ways, new complicated, efficient ways to make more blocks. And I think that's a better mechanic overall. With my fuel line, I am going to... What am I going to do? I was thinking about just connecting this, but it's going the wrong direction. So... And that's just one thing I like about Pi. There's a lot of other things, but that's one of the things that I think makes it different than other mods, and one of the reasons I like it. I guess I'll just do this to move fuel to the other side. I'm gonna presume that's enough. 400 kilowatts times 8 is 3.2, which, if I'm throwing raw coal on here, that would only be a little more than 1 a second. So yeah, we're fine. What's up, Dave? Good to see you. You're not late. Dave arrives precisely when he means to. Yeah, pYanodon's buildings. You know, I've heard some people say they don't love it, but I'm one of the fans for sure. I love the way they look. I think the art is just beautiful, and the animations really are great. Why don't I actually hook all this up before I leave? That's a good idea. That's a smart idea. Bam, bam. Okay. Yeah, massive building sizes are something you definitely have to be okay with. Or you just get used to it. I know for myself, oh, wait a second. Hold on. Are these 2 separate belts? Or the same? Yeah, these are 2 separate belts. Okay, I couldn't remember if I had done 2 separate belts or not. So this is the ash belt. So I'm just gonna do that. Why am I copying that? And then this is the ash belt. Can just end that there. What is it? Shift 2. There we go. Okay. So that's good. Fuel's good. Output is good. I don't even know what... Yeah, we're not going to have that much acetylene anytime soon. Okay. I think we're good to hook everything up now. Also, Complex, I saw your name redemption. We'll have to get that going here in a second. Is there a particular place you'd like your name? I think I'm gonna just do this one thing at a time. I think it's a little easier that way. Oh, yeah. So this is where Vehicle Snap mod is useful because it makes sure you're driving exactly in a straight direction. I think it snaps to 16 all around the compass. Now I have to make a decision on where I'm kind of wanting the base to go. Like, where do I want to take this lead? Because I've been doing all the bio stuff down here. And then I'm doing all my plates and kind of mechanically type things up there. Wow, my iron is almost out. So I think I want to go up. I think I want my base to kind of be here. It's pretty empty. As far as I can tell, there's no water. There's empty space around it to bring train tracks in and stuff. So I think my starter base will be this region. So what I might do actually, is bring the coal up the left side of this pond instead of through the middle. We're already getting busy enough in there. So that means I have to undo some of what I've already done. Wonderful. And then we'll fix it. Oh, right, you can't do it that way. So I do have to walk this part. Dave, yes, I did. I did switch to the G Drive version. I talked a little bit about the major changes, at least to things that I've already known about, which was the shale oil and the coke from pitch cracking. And then the other thing, what else was it? I was going to say something else. Shoot, I lost it. Oh, Jane, you were talking about the building sizes. I think the building size is something you get used to. Because I, myself, really didn't like huge buildings back when I started Angel Bob's. Because Angel Bob's has some really big buildings. You know, I mean, compared to Vanilla, everything is big, right? Vanilla has 3x3s for your refiner, or your, what are they called? Chemical plants and assemblers, 2x2s for furnaces, 3x3s for electric furnaces, and then 5x5s for refineries, and that's it. So even Angel Bob's, there were a lot of buildings that felt really big to me, and I think it's just something I got used to. The more I played modded stuff, the more it just stopped bothering me, so just to encourage you that you can get used to it, probably. Which way is this going? Oh, it goes both ways, huh? So I guess I'll just have it continue on the outside here for the pipes and stuff. So we'll go... I guess if I zoom out, I can do the click and drag thing. It does place blueprints correctly, right? I think it used to not place blueprints into the fog, but I think now it does. Just connect there. Yeah, vanilla, silos are huge, but you don't need very many of them, so they almost don't count. Silos could be twice as big, and it wouldn't really change the vanilla experience too much. I don't think. Okay. Underground pipes are good. Whoop, turn the corner. Keep going. I might run into the water. Oh, we're good. Oh, thank goodness for the Picker Extended mod. This is much less painful doing it this way. Oh, you know, I haven't seen the tar units. I did see that they were changed, but I haven't actually built one yet. I don't think. Do I even have a tar processing unit? No. All I have is gasifiers, which are the same, and high-pressure furnaces. I don't even think I can... Oh, I can build them. I just haven't needed one yet. Okay. Power's hooked up. How I learned to stop worrying and love the buildings. Honestly, it's just an exposure thing. The first time I tried Angel Bob's, I looked at Angel's Petrochem and how complicated it was, and I was just like, what? Why would I ever want to play this? And then eventually I watched someone else doing a playthrough of it. I think it was Tuplex, and it inspired me to try it again, and I tried it again and really liked it. And so, you know, just do that exposure therapy. You play something, you think it's stupid, you hate it, you run away, and then, and then you try again some other time, and eventually you don't hate it. Alright, did I actually build everything properly? I think I did. Okay, cool. Cool, cool, cool. So, drive back up to the top. Probably around here is where I might actually want to do stuff. And I need to get some coal over there. You know, the other thing I have to look at. So coke is not a good ratio here. When do I get coke processing? Oh my gosh, smelters are massive. It's ridiculous. So 10 to 4, that's not even better, is it? Isn't this one 10 to 6? No, sorry, where'd it go? Yeah, that's 10 to 6. So that's literally, you would only use that first tier if you wanted the coke oven gas. Which is a lot of fuel, right? 20 coke oven gas is equivalent to 4 coke worth of fuel. But by the time I get this, you're probably using that for hot air more than anything. And this is the first time you really get a better coke recipe. 20 coal goes to 5 coke, red hot. And then that 5 goes to 25 coke. So it actually is better than 0 to 1. And then the coal itself, you get 3 to 2 plus crushed coal. And then later you get to turn crushed coal into coarse coal. So eventually, once you have green science, you get a ton of coal from raw coal and even more coke. But that's not going to be for a while. So for now, I do think destructive distillation column is the way to go. Let me check real quick. I know it got nerfed. And we already talked about this a little bit. That's not what we want to do. But the tar to pitch, this could still potentially be a decent way to get coke if I can turn... Okay, so anthracene does not turn into a fuel. Unless that does. Nope, doesn't look like it. Naphthalene probably does. Yeah, okay. That's not until green science, though. Creosote, is that a fuel? Oh, didn't mean to do that. I wanted to go back. Creosote's not a fuel. It's used in some fuels, but not anything I can do now. Can't do that recipe anymore. That's the old one. It's disabled. Blah, 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 blah. So, naphthalene is what we were looking at. Okay. Yeah, that requires green science for coke and aromatics. And aromatics has a fuel value directly and can be turned into benzene, which has even a higher fuel value, although that is an expensive recipe. I wonder if the aromatics to biomass is still good. Maybe. I don't know. Okay, sorry, I'm diving into the sinkhole of pYanodon's research. That is very deep. Hydrogen can be used for all sorts of stuff, but directly is only worth 20 kilojoules, so 10 hydrogen is like nothing. So yeah, this is not a good way to make coke. Looks like... Okay, so this recipe is still here. You can turn tar directly into coke, but that's locked behind green science. So... Yep. Alright, well, I just wanted to make sure I wasn't missing something. So the reason I was looking at all that is to double check, if I'm sending solid fuel off somewhere, should I turn it into coke first? And the answer is no, I shouldn't. Wood is, I guess, the last thing I can look at here, because wood turned into coal takes 3 seconds in a DDC, and you get 10 coal out, which is quite a bit of power. I don't actually know the rates on wood, so I'm gonna make just kind of... I'll need this later anyway. Like, how much wood can I actually get per second for how much power in buildings? So let's just throw 10 out there. Okay, well that's a lot of... It's a lot of wood processing units. Remember, this 10 wood can only turn into 10 coal, which is 40 megajoules, and we're already using a fourth of that, almost, well, a fifth of that. So this might not be the way to do it. Let's just imagine we're using ash, which is the best case scenario. Let me throw in all of the tree modules to the forestries. Seeds. Yikes. We're not providing ash with that recipe. Moss. From this recipe. Yeah, that's... I'm gonna say that's not a great way to do things. At least until you have better buildings and Mark II and stuff like that, this is not the way to do it. So coal from wood is a no-go in early science. I did want to check on that. So that means I'll just send raw coal. I don't need coke here for any reason, right? Yeah, I'm just fueling the buildings. Oh, sorry, we need coke for the acetylene. Duh. Okay, I'm gonna set up the acetylene over here. You make acetylene from calcium carbide and water. Calcium carbide, I believe, comes from... And I'm not gonna plug all this into Helmod again. We're just gonna do this. Okay, and then I need the soil processor to make limestone. So coke goes here and here. Lime goes into there. I will need a gas vent. I already have some. Good. I'll just gas vent the CO2. For now, that's the simplest way to handle it. And then... Do I need anything else? Nope, that's it. Why not the stone recipe for moss? Because it's a lot of stone for not all that much moss. You're spending 20 stone for 8 moss. So that feels like a waste, considering moss is free already. Maybe it's a little better, though, because carbon dioxide costs you something. I don't know. I don't think that makes this much better, though, because that's not the major cost here, at least in terms of power. That's mostly from the logs. Yes, it is over twice as fast, which helps. But until I need a decent amount of moss, I don't really have to care about it. Okay, so this can pump out 12.5 acetylene. This can handle 2 gasifiers worth of calcium carbide. And so let's see, I can do 2 gasifiers for acetylene to one of these. And you need half of a lime. And this provides 2 limes, so that's more than enough. And the lime and limestone are equal. So if I'm doing half of a lime, I need half of a limestone, which is roughly one of... This is slightly not enough limestone, actually. I need more pipes. Let me go grab some more pipes, and I think I'm gonna go with 6 or 7 gasifiers total. And yeah, Dave, your earlier question, sink the pitch or actually do something with it. And I think there'll be maybe some of both going on. Because the these two are used in slightly useful things, like creosote, so it could be worth it. Because the coke does pay for the steam. So this really doesn't cost you anything. Like, you can get these things for free from pitch, because the coke pays for the steam. So it still is at least a free recipe in the sense that you're not adding in extra resources to turn the pitch into these 4 fluids. So at least in terms of the creosote, I think getting the naphthalene for creosote's worth it. Potentially. I don't know. It's not very much, but it is something. I don't know if it's worth setting up all those DDCs and stuff, actually. So who knows? Alright, maybe I actually want to put it over here, because I don't know. I feel like this is going to take up a lot of space if I'm going to do 6. Whatever, let's just do it. Okay, and then we have to deal with the slaked lime, which is annoying. What's the water cost here? 225, so nothing crazy. That's only 20, so I should be fine on those. It will be nice to have advanced fluid handling at some point, but we're not there yet. Okay. We're gonna use blueprints for that one. Get that built. Perfect. And then carbide, we're gonna need 3 carbide makers. Okay. The rate was 2.5 out, which is... Wow, 5 inserters. That's intense. Even 2 sideways ones wouldn't be enough, so I think I'll just go with this because it's way simpler. Oh, we're out of belts. I'll steal these back. I don't need this many. Advanced fluid handling tier 1 is too short to connect 2 pi buildings next to each other. Which building is too big for it? Because I'm pretty sure tier 1 is just the same as pipe to grounds. It might be one tile further, but it's pretty much the same as regular. Hey, Crackalakin, how's it going? The suffering is beautiful, as always, with pYanodon's. Are you still suffering through Factorio yourself? Am I even paying attention? 1.25. Gosh dang it, that's 3 inserters. Oh yeah, forestry. Yeah, those are big buildings. Let's give Crackalakin a shout out here. What have you been streaming these days? Nerdtool, thank you so much for the follow and the sub. Ah, you've been back to escape from Tarkov. Alright, so we've got our 3 calcium carbides. Oh gosh, I'm not gonna have anywhere near enough coke for this, but that's fine, I guess. And then... what were the numbers here? Oh gosh, yeah, one of these is enough for all of them. I wish I had long inserters. If I had long inserters, I could do some clever diagonal... well, not diagonal, but corner inserters, but Without long inserters, there's no way to do it. Well, I mean, I could move these up. And then this, and use corner inserters. Without needing, Yeah, we'll just do it that way. Oh, no, that's silly. I need coke into these two. I don't know. I completely forgot that those need coke. What am I doing? Okay. Move that back up. We will need a belt. Going past these. That needs coke on one side, lime on the other, and each one of these needs 3, 4 inserters in. This is definitely overbuilding. I probably should have just done 2, maybe 4. 6 is for sure overbuilding. But here we are. We're doing it, so what else can I do? I need belts. You're watching to remember how easy it was. That's funny. Yeah, it's just gonna get uglier. Also, Complex, I hope you're still here. I haven't forgotten about your name in Game Redemption. I promise. Belts. I will take all the belts. Ethereum, the rabbit hole doesn't stop. It just goes deeper. Deeper. Where are my smelters? Here we are. Okay. I probably shouldn't have picked all that up. So this is going to be the coke, and we need, well, not a full 3, technically. 0.5, so 3/4 of 3, which is 9/4, which is 2 1/4, which is 2.25, which is 4 of those in for the coke, and then the lime is 4 out. So coke should be on the bottom of this. Vent the CO2, and then we need limestone in. Okay. Good. And then we need the limestone. 1.5 limestone is going to be 4 soil extractors. Put those there. 1.6. Technically 3 of those is good then. Okay. Limestone. Okay. Actually just put the water on the bottom. And then power for all the things. It's not even long enough. I still haven't done the lengthening of the power pole reach, which I need to do. I hate doubles, but in this case I think it's actually what looks the best. Because I'm going to need 2 each anyway. And then the water can be connected there. Okay. Cool. Yeah, or you could connect on the bottom and space them out more. Okay, this should be enough water. I don't think I need... That's supposed to be there. I don't think I need another pump for this. This is pi everything, Soulburn, so yes, it is pi AE and all the other good pieces. Sweet. Okay, so all we need over here now is raw coal, and we should get lead ore back if I've... Nope. We need to make the coke for this still. But I have 7 DDCs ready to go for that. So let me get the raw coal mining set up, and then should be good to go. I think I should probably just use this, right? Is there a better way to do this? I don't think so. I think this is gonna work well for the raw coal because at least in this particular rotation of it, the I need more miners. The inserters are after the output, so this should actually work to self-feed. Which I know I caused a big stink about in my space block, but I had splitters back then. And electric... Well, I guess not electric miners, but the equivalent of space block electric miners. Poor iron. Hey, you know, we still got 102,000 iron. We got plenty. So that's fine. Yes, I am using Bob's inserters. And it helps a lot. Okay, and then maybe this is lazy, but we're gonna do it that way. Okay, bring this over. Then we need a whole bunch of DDCs. Oh, and then I have a lot of tar and coal gas to figure out. What's the rate on this guy again? It's like 5? Yeah, 5. So I think I will overbuild slightly here. I will do 3. Set up for that. Coal gas on the left, tar on the right. The fluids sure are fun, indeed. Ugh, and the iron oxide, which ostensibly seems helpful, but it's actually just more annoying than anything. You do get some free iron from it, though. But... Alright, so that will, at best, dump out 4.5 regular coal. Which that can almost handle by itself, but I guess I technically need 2 of them. So, I'll do that. And... that'll be my coke. Yikes. I'll need filter inserters to keep off the iron oxide from the belt. Okay, we'll do that. We'll need a ton of inserters inserting in. I'll need filter inserters out. I also need this raw coal to go fuel. What did we say? It's like, I think 4 of these should fuel all of my liquid fluid miners, whatever they're called. So there we go. And then we'll get some acetylene, and then we'll call it an episode. So I'm just gonna get this moving. We'll get all the nitty-gritty at the start of the next episode. So we need no ash, thankfully. But I do need to whitelist some of these guys. Is that... yeah, that's plenty fast enough. Hey, thanks for the follow. Mascota. Mascota. One of the two. Or maybe not. Either. And then the output is 1.5, which is 3 inserters. On coal. Whitelisted. Oh, crap. Okay. Well, that's not gonna work then. So it needs to be like this. There we go. Oh, because that one didn't... yeah, I see now. Okay. We'll make it the same. Okay, so there's the iron oxide. I'll have the iron oxide come back around the backside of this one. And then the coal does this. I almost said it weaves back in, but then I know people are going to give me a hard time about calling it belt weaving. So I'll refrain from saying that, I guess. And then... feed that in at a rate of so many. 3, 4, 5, 6. And then the coal out, or sorry, coke out. Yeah, Dave, I know my raw coal is woefully... I don't even know if I have half a belt. I think I do. They're 2 each, the miners. 2 out is 4. There. Wow. No, because I need the coal gas. Okay. You'll be the oxide. And then... you shall be coke. That comes down. And goes to here. I guess I could go around the other side. Can undergrounds go through? They can. Nice. I'm all the way over here. What's the point? Do this. Put it on the top side of the belt here. And then this goes around. Okay. I think that does it. Get these powered up. And we should see our first acetylene. I did run out of science. I need to go check on that. You rather meant if I could maybe get both sides of the belt. I don't know exactly what that means. Do I not have enough for 5? I really don't. Wow. I would need to go on both sides or something. Okay. It's not very much, but we should see our first acetylene from this. Oh, yeah, I plan to do raw coal on both sides of that belt. That is the plan. I just haven't... I didn't want to build a second one yet over there. So here's our first lime. Nope, it needs 15 cook. Come on. Circuits and splitters are, yeah, still a while to go. We're getting there. We still need lead. We need some other random things, but we've taken a lot of the steps required. Lead is one of the big ones, because then we'll be able to make solder. And then there's a litany of liquid stuff I have to do, and then I'll pretty much be there. Or at least ready to set it up. Okay, I guess I need more coke. I have to deal with the coal gas and tar to actually get the acetylene. But we'll do that in the next episode. As always, for those of you on YouTube, thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know what you think down in the comments below, and I'll see you in the next episode.